what do we mean by liberation? Yeah. And that is what I would like to clarify. So this path is a very it's a very let's say gradual path. It's a very uh, integrated path. Yeah, so we have uh, foundational practices that leads to this sort of lofty and uh, very liberating insight and full freedom from suffering. So that is and Buddha said this is the path consists of three factors, three important pillars, or not pillar, but as a foundation, three foundation. Yeah, so you must have that foundation to be able to reach to the next foundation, and that the next foundation will be the foundation for the next foundation, and that is what the sila, the morality, the sila, the virtue part is the foundation for all of our practices. We it sounds a bit people think that why do we need to practice this sila, the morality, the virtue part. And that is why many other meditation practices, they completely, yeah, why do we need this sila? Just focus your mind to certain object, and you tend to get, when you are hooked into that certain experiences, you will also get that sort of experience out of that sort of perfecting that practice. Your mind can latch onto the some elevated experiences, but those experiences that Buddha had practiced through some of his let's say early teachers like Alar Kalama or Uddaka Ramaputta, that he knew about these kind of practices, and he already experienced. Yeah, it will lead to some lofty experiences, but that does not lead to what is called disenchantment, dispassion, cessation, and the freedom. Yeah. So Buddha's and those kind of simple words, and many people, yeah, dispassion, disenchantment, but these are a very specific experiences that if you have gone to the depth of this practice, you know what is disenchantment, you know what is dispassion, and you know what is cessation. So that element do not exist in those kind of practices, because you will be enamored, you will be glued, and you will be hooked into that without any understanding of what is the reality. So that is why the Buddha discarded them. You can see that in Majjhima Nikaya 27, the Arya Pariyasana Sutta. So there is a superior liberation. There is a liberation that is not tied to certain experiences, and that is not gonna bind you. That is gonna not gonna drag you, and that will completely free in every way. So that is the freedom. Above, below, beyond, and everywhere, you are freed from everything. So that is the experience that the Buddha calls it is called liberation of mind that is unshakable. Yeah. So unshakable means there is nothing in these experiences, nothing in those uh, any kind of mind objects, any kind of, let's say, experiences that lands into mind, they cannot latch into. So mind is completely freed from those mind objects. So that is what the Akupacheta Vimutti, it's called the liberation mind of mind that is unshakable. Yeah, that is unlatchable, shall I say? Yeah. So it is that is the path, and that is the culmination. of our practice. So I mentioned about this, practice of morality, the virtue, and we have to take this in a very, very, it's like carrying a skin with us. Yeah, that means we have to practice this morality. And when we say about the morality, there are 5 precepts, and the first precept is, we all when I tend to at least abide by the sort of a rule of practicing the 5 precepts. And the first precept is, I undertake the precept of being abstaining from killing and harming living beings on purpose. So this is what the compassion is. Yeah. So when you are practicing the compassion, that you know how miserable, how painful it is to harm, to cheat, to cause any kind of a damage, to cause any kind of inflicting any pain. Yeah. So I'll probably revise that precept to say that I will abstain from inflicting pain and killing and that sort of attitude and any kind of activities through body, speech, and mind to cause any suffering. So that is the attitude of compassion. Our day starts with taking this precept, and our day starts with what I say, it is a compassion. So compassion is not only manifest in your body and your bodily activities, it manifests in your speech, it manifests in your mind. Yeah. So, and that is how our practice of 6 hour, being mindful and abandoning those thoughts and cruel thoughts that arise. If any kind of thoughts, such a thought arise, this practice will kind of set them aside, abandon them. Yeah. So that is why I wanted to make sure that we do not forget the fundamentals, that and our fundamentals with starts with a compassionate living, a harmonious living. So, and without this foundation, the Buddha's all other path, whatever you talk, if a teacher, or if any teacher who skips this part and straight away go into that sort of jhana and nirodha, and we have to question that teacher. That teacher is either disregarding this Buddha's core message, or that teacher is misguided. Yeah. So the Buddha's message is very clear. We have to integrate all 3 aspects.